As a boy, whenever I visited my grandparents' farm, I was expected to chip in, helping with everything from bagging grain on the combine to gathering sap from the sugar bush. And that's where I first developed a respect for nature. My grandfather taught me that the natural world can sustain us with food, drinking water, clean air, and energy. He also taught me about how important community life is to sustaining us. My grandparents were embedded in their community in so many different ways. They knew that flourishing communities are just as important to our well-being as maintaining nature's balance. When I graduated high school, I wanted to pursue a career in science, so I attended McGill, where I earned a Bachelor of Science in Biology. While there, I became very concerned about industrial contaminants and pesticides building up in our food chain, damaging people's health, and destroying wildlife populations. I wanted to use science to help stop this. But I eventually came to realize that while good science is essential to making change, it's not sufficient. So I went on to work in environmental advocacy and education, most of it with the Conservation Council of New Brunswick. My wife Janice grew up on Grand Manan, and her dad was a fisherman, and later he managed a sardine factory in Seal Cove. Janice worked as a public school teacher, then at the Conservation Council of New Brunswick, in marine conservation, and now she's a professor at St. Thomas University. We have two wonderful daughters who grew up in rural Charlotte County, just outside St. Stephen, where we lived for, well, more than 20 years. There I'd grow enough potatoes and corn for our family, and pumpkins galore to give away to our daughters' friends every Halloween. We had great neighbors and good friends, just as we do here in Fredericton. You know, when I was younger, I had zero interest in getting into politics, but my thinking changed about 15 years ago, as the old parties seemed to be increasingly focused on getting and retaining power for as long as they could, and not on much else. As a result, serious problems in health and seniors care, education, housing, the environment, climate just got kicked down the road. So I couldn't just sit around. I became the leader of the New Brunswick Green Party in 2012, and then was elected to represent the people of Fredericton South in 2014. Since then, we've seen even more growth, with Megan Mitten and Kevin Arsenault being elected as Green MLAs in 2018 for Tantramar and Kent North. I know New Brunswickers have seen the positive impact that Megan, Kevin and I have had in the province over the past 6 years. I think New Brunswickers are ready for a government that doesn't try to hide things from the public and respects everyone, their communities, and the natural world that makes life possible. A government that is willing to share decision-making power, actually share with your communities to better serve the public good. Leadership matters in this election. It's time for a change for the better. We all feel it, but for change to happen, New Brunswickers need to change their vote. And that's why I'm asking you to put your trust in me and vote for your local Green candidate in this election.